So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Alice Heath on Ascended Master Serapis Bey. So, Alice is the founder of Aligned Presence, a space for visionary creators who wish to create from purpose with precision, power, and presence. And over the years, Alice has developed original frameworks, energetic technologies, and strategic tools to support real world creation. And part of her work is about embracing the emergence of the sacred feminine and the emerging consciousness and power of crystals. And her link to her website will be going out with this podcast. So, hi, Alice.
Hello, hello. How are you, Steve?
Yeah, good. We've been chatting about our travels, and now we're rooted back in good old Blighty, as they say, England. Um,
Absolutely.
when did you first connect with this teacher?
Do you know he first actively made connection with me around 2017, 2018. But what I think that many of you that are listening will also find is that the energy that he brings forth, you will recognize. He'll have been with you for a very long time because if you are on this path, he is going to be one of your main guides. And that is something that I don't know if many people realize, but very consciously introduced himself around 2017 and 18, where he introduced himself as Serapis Bey. And that was the first time I'd heard that name put together. And I know many of us, and Steve, we were talking about this, where it gets anglicized a little bit, right? And we just say, oh, Serapis Bey. But he came through like chanting his name. And that was the first connection that I had.
And what was it like? Was it in meditation or, were you in the shower or something, or what was going on?
I just woken up. I just woken up and I don't even remember the date, but it was one of those mornings where, where you wake up and you're somewhat in limbo still. You're still half in the non-physical world, half in the physical world, and you're just kind of in that in-between space. And all I could hear in my mind was Serapis, Serapis, Serapis. And I was like, and I could feel this palpitation of my heart, and I could feel this presence around me and in the space that I was in. And it was one of those things where to me that's quite normal, but for many people it would perhaps startle someone. Um, but it was one of those where I was just so curious. I sat there and I was just going, oh, well, this is interesting, and just invited it to kind of come in a little bit more and show me who he was or what was meant to occur after that.
Has he said anything to you about, I'm assuming it's a he, it kind of has a masculine energy when I hear it. I don't know. But maybe it's mixed. Anything about, I'll say, his history? Have you got anything from him?
Well, this is what I love about when an ascended being or someone with a very strong archetype comes through. And I use that word archetype because everyone always interprets whatever the being may be in a slightly different way, but it has that same structure. Now, Serapis Bey is known for many things, one of them being that he carries that white flame of ascension, one of them being that he's got these ancient wisdoms often associated with goddesses like Isis and other ascended masters like Thoth, which when we look at the history, the dates, the lineage of that, they go and predate Golden Egypt. They predate those lineages and they go way back further than Atlantis. And so to me, Serapis is one of those timeless beings that, for me, feels like he was around at the actual conception of this Earth star.
Sorry, I was unmuting myself. I couldn't
I
get
was
couldn't get my hand on the mouse quick enough.
like,
Uh, can you say something about this fourth ray white flame of ascension? Because I think a lot of people are going to be interested in that.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So, I mean, the space that we're in, not to get too convoluted around time, because that can be quite a vast topic, but the dimension and the density of reality that we are in right now. So you and I and those that are watching or listening to this podcast, we are going through the midst of what is known colloquially as an ascension or a grand awakening, right? And when we look at what actually has to happen for that to occur is the fragmentation and the fracturing of our spirit that has occurred whilst we've been in this body through our karma, through our lineages, the perversification almost of the concepts that are so pure, they have to come back together. The compassion, the love, the forgiveness, the understanding has to come back in. And so when we look at something like white or a white flame, you know, fire, flame, that's all about purification, transformation. And the color white incorporates every single color on the spectrum. And that is such a beautiful and powerful concept, because when someone is said to hold a white flame, and once again, this is my interpretation, take from it what you will, but when someone is said to hold the white flame, they are essentially there as a beacon of someone who's transcended polarity and has and holds that compassion for our human experience. So when someone has the fourth ray, or the flame of ascension, the white flame of ascension, you know, it's very much about someone that's guiding that way and going to remain in compassion while still offering leadership when you are ready to ask for it and ready to receive it, so that you can find your own way back to union, back to your own inner balance.
Amazing. How would someone connect with that flame? I know you're going to do a meditation, so I mean that's one way, of course. But is there any other way you suggest? For example, does someone have to travel to Luxor because he's supposed to be
Yeah,
located
correct.
there?
Correct. Yeah, he's he's known for Luxor, absolutely. You don't have to travel to Luxor. I'm actually going to share a little bit of an unconventional way to also tap into this energy, because I think most of us here, most of us, and especially your audience, right? You know, we're used to hearing your incredible meditations and visualizations, and we are going to do that, like you say, in just a moment. But some of the other ways are just actually by embodying the qualities and living your human life through embodiment. So for example, you know, discipline and spiritual mastery, clarity, purification, those are qualities of that white flame, of that awakening, the white flame of ascension. And so if you are maybe someone who, you know, you might not tap into the visualization so much, or you might not see them so much, but if you actually practice spiritual mastery or embodiment or discipline, and compassion and good morals, you're actually connecting with Serapis anyway. You're connecting with his white flame of ascension, whether you consciously realize it or not.
Yeah. That word discipline, because I actually have a very strong positive connection to discipline. I think discipline is really a great thing. Of course, some people may have negative or discipline. I don't like that, but in the path, we do need discipline. You know, I've got tremendous self-discipline. I think I can get up at 7 and just keep going, and you know, I forget to eat, that kind of thing. But how would you define discipline as connected to this ascended master?
Well, Serapis Bey wants us to find the freedom that is known through that integration of everything, of all things, right? That balance. And through discipline, we find freedom. And it's only through discipline that we can truly find freedom in many capacities, because when we have the discipline, we're showing up even when we don't want to. We're showing up even when there are things coming against us saying, no, 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 maybe don't do that. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. You know, we're actually transcending and understanding even more what the true purpose of our nature is, and how to work with and alongside our emotions, our trigger points, our shadows, our physical form, right? And because we are saying we're going to do something and then we actually do it, that level of authenticity, of integrity leads to great discipline, because then you're building a connection between what you say, what you'll do, your heart, your mind. And we need all of these things to really embody that white flame, in my view, you know.
I think it also he's known as the great architect, I think. Do you feel that energy coming through him?
I feel like when he works in partnership with Toth, absolutely. Because a lot of them work together, right? A lot of them work together. Um, the way that I've personally worked with him is that he's like when I first met him, it was an awakening and an opening of my root chakra. So that meant everything that came forth I had to see my life as I've created it in order to change it. And so I went through a lot of dark nights around that, just recalibrating my roots. And so when you say the word architect, you know, that to me isn't a far stretch, because, well, we start with the root chakra, we build the foundations, right? Everything that he's connected with. If you look at Egypt, you know, here, I have a pyramid right here, just a little one. And like, it's the foundations underneath. You start there and you build up, right? And, you know, the way that he can either be very gentle or very strict and direct, depending on who you are and how you need to hear him. He's always going to start with that root chakra first. He's always going to start with the foundation. So it wouldn't surprise me if people know him as a grand architect.
Yeah. I'm just curious if you've been to Luxor. I know I planned a retreat to Luxor, and then the great lockdown happened, and
Ah,
so it didn't happen. I had to. 33 people walked away disappointed, but so I haven't been, and I haven't. Every time I try to get to Egypt, it feels blocked, even though I feel a great connection to Egypt. What's your connection to Luxor in Egypt?
do you know what? I've not been yet. I was hoping
Okay.
this year. I was going to go next month, not next month, November, and then that trip fell through. So yeah, I don't know. Like you, maybe there is a little bit of blockage there, but there is so much with the way that our world is constructed. You know, all the pyramids are connected. And part of me wonders, I know, you and I were speaking about the Bosnian pyramids just before, and part of me wonders whether, we're getting more drawn to go there because it's so unadulterated, right? It's so free still, the energy and the roots of it. So I haven't yet been to Luxor. I look forward to, and a lot of the things that I have, ironically, that I work with or that I offer have been to Luxor. For example, like the Magdalene incense that I create, with my friend Joseph in Avalon. His ingredients, a lot of them come from there, and it was seeded. Like the actual incense was seeded in the Luxor temple. And so it's fascinating because the energy can find us even if we can't get there. But I do have it on my list to go. And I can't wait for when I do get that trip.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely want to get there at some point. It does feel there's a lot of interference. I'm not quite sure why.
Um,
And I also want to get to the Atlantean energy. My first wife comes from Madeira, which has got that kind of Atlantean point to it. And maybe I'll get to go out to the Barbados or Bahamas or so. I want to go and do. I don't know how you feel about that energy, but I'd like to go and connect to it as well.
yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I just
that's
love
something.
travel though. I mean, I personally, I love travel. I love to go and explore all areas of the world. I want to feel it all because I can hear it and it comes in and the wisdom comes in and the star beings talk about it and the ascended beings talk about it. And it's only for me when I go there and I spend a certain amount of time that I actually find my body integrates it much quicker and I
Yeah.
can share it easier and people can attune to it easier. So, but that's just me once again.
I think I saw, it's been a while now, something on your website about Serapis Bey. Have you got a audio or something you've got there?
Yeah, no, I have a few workshops that he does make quite a presence in many of the workshops that I have. So if you go to aliceheath.com and go in the spiritual development category, you'll see all the recordings and workshops. But I will actually have next week a new workshop, which is going to be an evening of initiation. So it's going to be Horus, Serapis, Isis, Anubis. There's going to be a big, beautiful online workshop. So that's going to be 2 hours long and it's next week. So I'll make sure that the link, people can find that. But if you just go to my website, it'll be on there. But there
Oh,
are so many things that have brought Serapis in. And if you search my YouTube channel, you might actually find a free video on there where I've done a guided meditation before. Um,
okay.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He really is, and he helps everyone so well, so uniquely as well.
I'll check my calendar and see if I'm free for your event. Let me know. What day is it? Do you know?
Friday the 3rd. So it's a week.
I'm flying. Oh well.
I'll send you the recording afterwards.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right. So, Alice, I know you're going to connect us all to Serapis Bey with a meditation, and we're all in your capable hands.
Okay. All right, lovely. So I just invite you all just to take a moment to relax your body. Just roll your shoulders back. Just move your body around a little bit if you need to, but when you're ready, take a seat and let your spine just straighten and elongate. And let your body just soften into itself, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, your feet, your hands, and closing your eyes when you're ready. Take a slow breath in through the nose, and let it fill your stomach. Let it fill your belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the base of your spine connect with the earth. And imagine roots of white gold light extending deep down into the very core, anchoring you into the crystalline heart of this earth star. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, feel your body get warmer as your energy connects, anchors, and activates. Perhaps you see the earth respond to your connection by pulsing golden white light energy up through into your body. And every time you breathe in and breathe out, you feel that grounded, safe presence. Just take a moment. Take a moment as you breathe to let that light start to rise up your spine, vertebra by vertebra. And as it does, it warms you, it holds you, it fills you up. Going higher and higher, you feel all your chakras start to shift and align. You feel all your organs, your meridians, you feel everything just open and release, relax. Until that golden white light starts to pour out of your crown and hold you in a sphere of light. So we're just going to call in the beloved Serapis Bey. We're perfect in this space we've created, connected above and below. And so, let us call in Serapis Bey. Breathing in, breathing in and breathing out. Beloved Serapis Bey, Lord of the White Flame of Ascension, Guardian of the Temple of Luxor, I call to you now. Surround us with your light and purify your field, and guide us through the sacred initiation of our soul. And again, beloved Serapis Bey, Lord of the White Flame of Ascension, Guardian of the Temple of Luxor, we call to you now. Surround us in your light and purify our fields. Guide us through the sacred initiations of our soul. Beloved Serapis Bey, Lord of the White Flame of Ascension, Guardian of the Temple of Luxor, we call to you now. Surround us in your light and purify our fields and guide us through the sacred initiations of our soul. And as we declare this invitation, just sit, relax, and feel his presence start to arrive. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And 2 more times. After that third breath, you start to feel his presence arrive, a tall, luminous being, shimmering in white and gold robes, standing before you. And as he does, the etheric temple of Luxor rises around you. its pillars glowing with crystalline light. Serapis stands in front of you, his image getting clearer and clearer. His presence warm, disciplined, yet freeing. The compassion that radiates from his heart is unparalleled. He holds out his hand, and in it you see a white flame dancing. And as this white flame dances, it jumps all of a sudden from his hand into the center of your chest. As that white flame enters your heart, it ignites, larger, growing with every breath. It's pure, luminous life growing around you, growing brighter. With your intention and with your love, allow that white flame to expand all the way down to your roots, perhaps even to your Earth Star chakra. Feel that white flame purify your Earth Star chakra, clarify the bond between you and Earth, knowing that your path will always be clear as long as you have the courage to walk it. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Letting that white flame rise up to your roots chakra. It burns away any fear, scarcity, and old survival patterns that perhaps have unknowingly kept you in fear. Just feel that white flame purify, cleanse and release anything which is ready to be transcended, so that the new, awakened version of that root chakra can imbue. That white flame rises and it goes up to your sacral. Cleansing, clearing. Just breathe in and breathe out for a moment. As the white flame moves through your sacral chakra, perhaps it starts to awaken your life force energy, clearing any stagnant sexual energy, life force energy into sacred creative force, allowing you the opportunity, the possibility to rebirth again and again. Just relax. And now it rises up to the solar plexus, clearing any self-doubt, any resistance, any anxieties, and instilling great will, great drive, higher service. Breathing in and breathing out. It rises up to your heart. Ah, that beautiful, beautiful heart of yours. Sadness, grief, anything that has kept your worth, your value low, anything that has caused you to close the door rather than connect. It's getting healed with that white flame. Your sovereignty, your compassion being restored, illuminated, and expanded. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, that white flame, it rises higher, goes up to your throat, and fills your throat, your third eye, and your crown, encompassing all three. Serapis Bey, he smiles, and he clicks his finger to add a little bit of extra white light. As any distortions, any restrictions, any blockages that perhaps have been lodged into the throat, into the inner sight, the inner knowing, you feel them unlock and release. And you feel the purity of that white flame of ascension expand, clear, heal, and elevate your speaking, your vision, your knowing, and your channeling. Right now, you'll have a beautiful pillar of white light moving through you, overflowing around you, filling your entire auric field. Almost like you are in an egg of pure white fire. Serapis smiles at you and he holds his hands out to connect. And as he leans in, he goes to share something with you. Perhaps he does so through voice, perhaps through touch, or perhaps telepathically. And as you allow yourself to be open to receive his wisdom, as your energy field starts to reattune, you sense above your crown a golden white star, a tetrahedron, one might say. As you notice this Merkaba light body gently descends and starts to surround you, golden, shimmering, almost as though this Merkaba speaks to you. All the while, Serapis Bey is still connecting with you, helping your light attune to his new frequency that is offered. And as the Merkaba expands around you to hold you, to elevate your own vehicle of light, Serapis speaks some words of the language of light. Ilar koroyar tara sonoreta ialala arukuae a. Siuarodoritia na araya a tartua aya karata am. He breathes gently into you. A second time. And now a third. And as he does so, you breathe in and you feel even more the presence and that beautiful, beautiful white gold light seed within your heart and expand. You realize in this moment No matter the time, no matter the place, the space, dimension, or plane, all is one. And the frequency which you walk embodies it. Over the next 7 days and 7 nights, allow yourself to connect with that white flame before you sleep. As Serapis, or Serapis, as he's also known, will imbue within you whatever is in your divine path and your divine heritage as your next level of awakening begins. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, he steps back and he looks upon you smiling. And he invites you to take a deep breath and affirm with him, I am purified. I am aligned. I am a living temple of light. I embody the white flame of ascension every day and every night. Another time, I am purified. I am aligned. I am a living temple of light. I embody the white flame of ascension every day and every night. And one more time here. I am purified. I am aligned. I am a living temple of light. I embody the white flame of ascension every day and every night. And just bring your hands to your heart as you see Serapis Bey bow to you and step back into the mist and the great temple of Luxor gently fading, leaving you within your own space, your own light. As you feel yourself return back to your body, back into the earth, connecting your mind, your body, your spirit, all as one. And just rub your hands together and move your feet upon the ground as you return, and open your eyes when you are ready.